My Complete Money Operating System for 2026. Money OS 2026. If your money still feels messy in 2026, the problem is probably not income. And it's probably not intelligence either. For most people, the problem is that they do not have a real money operating system. Their income comes in. Bills go out. Spending happens. Saving is inconsistent. Investing is delayed. And every month feels more reactive than intentional. So in this video, I'm going to show you my complete money operating system for 2026. A simple framework to help you stay organized, reduce financial stress, and make sure your money is actually building something, not just disappearing. If you're new here, this is Wealth Stack. We talk about money, income, and the systems that help ambitious professionals build real financial momentum. Let's get into it. What a money operating system actually is. A money operating system is not a budget template. It's not a motivational quote. And it's not a spreadsheet you open once and never touch again. A money operating system is the structure that tells your income where to go, when it moves, how it is reviewed, and what priorities come first. That's it. It turns personal finance from something emotional into something operational. And that matters because most people are trying to manage money with memory and willpower. They're remembering bills in real time. They're guessing what they can spend. They're hoping there's enough left to save. And then they're wondering why they still feel behind. A real system removes that uncertainty. It creates order. And once you have order, you can actually build wealth without constantly thinking about money all day. That is the goal. Not obsession. Control. The core principle. Give every dollar a job. The foundation of this entire system is simple. Every dollar needs a job before you spend it. If your money lands in one account and just sits there, it all looks available. And when it all looks available, it gets treated like spending money. That is where a lot of people lose control. Not because they are reckless, because their money has no structure. So before you think about investing more, saving more, or earning more, start here. What is each dollar supposed to do? Your money should not be deciding its purpose after it arrives. Its purpose should already be assigned. That is the shift from reacting to designing. And once you make that shift, everything gets easier. My 4-bucket money operating system, 345, 630. For 2026, the simplest version of the system is 4 buckets. Bucket 1, bills. This is for fixed essentials, rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, phone, internet, minimum debt payments, anything predictable. This account exists to protect your monthly stability. You should know exactly how much needs to live here. Bucket 2, spending. This is your day-to-day life. Groceries, coffee, eating out, gas, travel, fun, shopping, flexible spending. This is the account that keeps you from accidentally spending your rent. And that separation matters more than most people realize. Bucket 3, wealth. This is for your future. Emergency fund, investing, retirement contributions, long-term savings, anything that improves your financial position over time. This account should grow even when life gets busy. That is why automation matters. Bucket 4, freedom. This is the bucket most people ignore. This is for opportunities and optionality, career transitions, a future move, a business idea, a course, a piece of equipment, a runway fund. This is the money that gives you choices, and choices are part of wealth, not just net worth. So the structure is bills, spending, wealth, freedom, simple enough to run, strong enough to scale. How money should flow through the system. Here's how the money should actually move. Income comes in. From there, money gets routed in order. Step 1. Fund the bills bucket first. Your essentials should be protected before lifestyle spending begins. Step 2. Move money into wealth automatically. Not if there's something left over. Automatically. Because if investing depends on motivation, it won't be consistent. Step 3. Fund the freedom bucket. Even if it starts small, keep it alive. Because this is the category that slowly changes your life. Step 4. Everything else goes to spending. That becomes your guilt-free money. The beauty of this system is that when your spending account runs low, you know exactly what that means. It does not mean your bills are in danger. It does not mean you failed. It means you reached the edge of your flexible spending. That clarity removes so much financial anxiety. Because vague money is stressful. Defined money is manageable. Automation rules for 2026. If you want your money system to work in real life, automate as much as possible. Not because automation is exciting, because it is reliable. Here are the rules. Rule 1. Automate fixed bills. Anything predictable should not depend on memory. Rule 2. Automate investing. Whether that is a brokerage transfer, retirement contribution, or monthly index fund purchase, remove the decision. Rule 3. Automate savings transfers. Emergency fund. Tax buffer. Travel fund. Career runway. Whatever matters in your setup. Rule 4. Do not automate lifestyle inflation. Just because your income rises does not mean your monthly obligations should rise with it. That is how people stay financially stuck on better salaries. Automation should build assets, not trap you in more expensive habits. And if you only make one change after this video, make it this. Move your future money before your spending money. That one rule will improve your financial trajectory fast. Emergency fund rules. Let's talk about the emergency fund. Because if you don't have cash reserves, every problem becomes a debt problem. The purpose of an emergency fund is not to impress anyone. It is to buy stability. It creates a gap between you and panic. And that gap matters. If your car breaks down, if work changes, if a big expense hits, you need cash, not hope. For most professionals, the emergency fund should live in a high-yield savings account, separate from daily spending, not mixed into your checking account where it mentally disappears. And the rule is simple. Build it before you pretend you're financially untouchable. You do not need to be perfect, but you do need some margin. Because margin is what keeps one bad month from becoming 6. Debt rules. Not all debt is the same. But high-interest consumer debt is one of the fastest ways to stay financially average. If your credit card balance rolls month to month, your future income is already being consumed. And that changes the math of everything else. So here's the operating rule. Minimum payments stay in the bills bucket. Aggressive payoff money becomes a wealth priority. Why? Because high-interest debt destroys the return on almost every other good financial habit. You can budget well and still lose. You can earn more and still lose. You can save a little and still lose. If expensive debt is sitting there the whole time. So for 2026, be honest. If bad debt exists, stop treating it like background noise. Make it a target. Investing rules. A lot of people delay investing because they think they need to know everything first. You don't. You need a process. The wealth stack approach is simple. Start with consistency. Use simple vehicles. Let time do the heavy lifting. That means retirement accounts, where available low-cost broad exposure. Automatic contributions, no constant tinkering. The goal is not to feel smart every week. The goal is to become wealthier every year. And that usually comes from boring consistency, not dramatic moves. If your investing strategy depends on emotion, headlines, or random confidence, it is not a strategy. It is noise. Your money operating system should make investing feel routine. That is when it starts to compound. The 10-minute weekly reset. This entire system still needs a review loop. That's where the weekly reset comes in. Once a week, spend 10 minutes doing 5 things. Check what came in, check what went out, review upcoming bills, look at account balances, make one adjustment for the next week. That's it. You do not need to sit there for an hour. You do not need to build a giant spreadsheet. You do not need to obsess over every transaction. You just need visibility. A good system with no review becomes sloppy. A review habit with no system becomes exhausting. You need both. Light structure. Light maintenance. That is what makes this sustainable. How to stop yourself from silently drifting. The biggest threat to a strong money system is not one terrible decision. It's drift. You earn more. You spend a little more. You justify a few upgrades. A new payment appears. A few subscriptions stack up. And suddenly your cash flow is tight again. No emergency. Just drift. That is why your operating system needs guardrails. Here are mine. Raises do not immediately become lifestyle upgrades. Fixed costs are reviewed before they become permanent. Subscriptions are questioned regularly. Any new monthly payment gets treated seriously. Convenient spending does not become invisible spending. You do not need to eliminate joy. You need to stop unconscious expansion. Because unconscious expansion is what makes financially smart people feel oddly broke. Optional tools that make the system easier. You do not need 10 apps, but you may want a few basic tools. A primary checking account for bills, a separate spending account, a high-yield savings account for reserves, a brokerage or retirement platform for investing, a simple notes app or spreadsheet for weekly review. That's enough. The mistake people make is turning personal finance into a software collection problem. The tools matter less than the flow. A clean system with simple tools beats a complicated system with perfect tools every time. So build the process first, then add software if it actually helps. How to set this up in one weekend. If you want to build your own money operating system for 2026, do this over one weekend. Day 1. List your fixed bills. Know the number. Day 2. Open or separate your accounts into the 4 buckets. Day 3. Set your transfers. Bills first. Wealth second. Freedom third. Spending last. Day 4. Choose your weekly review time. Day 5. Identify the biggest leak in your current system. Maybe it's food delivery. Maybe it's debt. Maybe it's a car payment. Maybe it's random spending. Find the leak. Fix the leak. Then let the system do the heavy lifting. You do not need a financial transformation montage. You need a cleaner structure by next week. That is my complete money operating system for 2026. It is not flashy. It is not complicated. And that is exactly why it works. If you want to build wealth, reduce stress, and stop relying on motivation, build a system that makes good money behavior automatic. If this video helped, subscribe to Wealth Stack. And in the next video, I'll break down the AI tools that are actually worth paying for if you want to save time and increase output without wasting money. See you in the next one.